Woohoo! Day 5 here at last. Okay, last day of the 5-day ProLon nutrition program. Fasting Mimicking Diet. So yeah, feeling good. I think there was a hump day, the third day, Wednesday was tough, and yesterday wasn't bad. Today's better still, so I'm feeling pretty good. Now there isn't much food on this day. The third day is the least amount. This is the second least. It's about the same as the third, I guess. But I already had my breakfast bar, and I made my hibiscus tea there, and added the what's it called, the L drink to it, that restores your electrolytes and everything. So again, just to reiterate what I said yesterday, I mean, physically this hasn't been too hard at all. I mean, hunger has really not been an issue. It's more about the mental part of it, about not having things you want to eat just because you enjoy eating them, or having some wine in the evening. You just don't do those things. So that's the thing. It's like you want those things not because you're hungry, but you just like habitual, or they're pleasurable. So you want to enjoy the food or wine or whatever, and you can't. So that's the hard part, is just mentally getting over that hurdle. But other than that, I mean, it's been pretty easy. And I've been very strict. I haven't cheated at all. Maybe I had a little more coffee than allowed. I mean, you're allowed 1 cup in the morning, or a certain milligrams of caffeine. And I don't really have a good way to measure exactly how many milligrams of caffeine I've had. I don't know how much my coffee has versus Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or anybody else's coffee they make at home. So I think I'm within the limit there. I think I've been okay, but I've probably pushed that limit a little bit. Other than that, I haven't cheated at all. They allow some stevia. I don't use that, so I didn't use that. They allow some like chewing gum and lemon and spices. I really haven't done much of that, so any of that. So that's I've been really strict with the protocol. So now they say that the fast is complete. The cellular renewal will continue even for the next few days. So that's important, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute, like what happens after this 5 days. So I need to go back to a healthy Mediterranean diet. I need to ease into it though. I can't have I was joking that I wanted to have for breakfast tomorrow a pizza and 4 beers, but you can't do that. So breakfast tomorrow will be very light, maybe a piece of avocado toast or something, and then a simple salad for lunch, and maybe a normal dinner, some pasta and vegetables and things like that. So really important that you ease back into it, and then by day 7, you're back to a normal, Mediterranean diet. Maybe I'll even have some wine on day 7. So that would be Sunday. So clean eating, and just normal healthy eating. So it's interesting. Let me just go through this one more thing here. Let me just show you part of there. So let's see. Well, this would be my snack today. I don't know if I've talked about these before. I'll put a post on there on the website. But this is their kale crackers. This is almond and kale. It's it's all plant-based, part of the diet. And this is my hibiscus tea. So what I do is I add 2 of these and just cold steep it. But what I wanted to mention was the soups that I'll be eating today. So they have this one that's white beans and spinach soup. It's pretty good. And this one is butternut squash with quinoa soup, and that's good too. So what I wanted to mention was 2 things. First of all, these do taste quite good. I mean, they're actually delicious. But then I'm thinking to myself, well, I guess they're delicious because I'm not eating anything, so I'm so hungry. Like anything would probably taste good. If I was, a saltine cracker would be amazing right now, and it'd be like Thanksgiving dinner. But these are what you get. But what I wanted to mention was, they're made in Italy, product of Italy, plant-based. So it's they're trying to, Dr. Longo is from Italy, and so he's in California now teaching, but he's probably got some, wife's cousin's brother, uncle back in Italy who makes this stuff, and it's good. It is good, and so that's that. The only other thing I wanted to mention was that this therapy, they talk about it's good for weight loss. It's good for inflammation reduction. I think the inflammation is a big part of it. Weight loss is probably secondary. It's also sort of just resetting your metabolism, especially if you're eating a lot of refined sugars. get away from that, trending towards a type 2 diabetes, or they call insulin intolerant. So, that's the sort of thing we're trying to get away from with this diet. But they're also exploring it as a cancer therapy, or rather an adjunct to cancer therapy. So in addition to chemo, radiation, whatever you have to do as prescribed by your oncologist, you add this protocol, and it seems to potentiate the effects of the therapies. So that's being studied right now in laboratory animals. Actually, it's been already studied in laboratory animals. I think they're using it in humans now. And it's also a cancer prevention, they say, because in general it reduces free radicals in your body, and it prevents most types of cancer. Now, again, you can't lean on this 100% and say this is a miracle cure. It's not, but it's part of a healthy lifestyle, and incorporating this into your routine. Some people do this once a month, so 5 days out of the month. I'm thinking about doing it once a quarter. I mean, it's not that it's burdensome from an eating standpoint, but again, it just disrupts your routine. So you have to be super mindful of every meal, and you have to be home to cook the soups and all that. So for that reason, it's not feasibly easy as far as fitting it into your routine. But again, from an eating standpoint, it's not hard. It's just more the practical part of it. So I'm going to do it, and they say that it just the cumulative effect of doing these things regularly is what really moves the needle a lot, as far as maintaining weight loss, as far as reducing your chances for type 2 diabetes, as far as reducing your chances for cancer. So I just want to reiterate that. So it's part of an overall healthy plan. And then your normal diet should just be a typical Mediterranean diet. It's a plant-based diet, so lots and lots of vegetables, healthy grains, a little bit of seafood, a little bit of meat, not much, and of course staying away from the super refined sugars. That's probably one of the hardest things, the biggest things, and limiting your alcohol consumption. That's my weakness. I like to have a couple glasses of wine every night, so and I will, but I'll reduce that amount over time. So yeah, that's it. I'm super excited about this, and I'm going to make another video in a couple of days post day 5 to tell you how the transition went, and if there were any challenges with that. But thanks for paying attention to this, and I'll be back again soon.